story you can tell to your grandsons if you can get them mildly bored. So let's go to talk about parties. Here today we are living in a globalized world, so because of that we are going to try to show our pupils different parties in different parts of the world. For example, we have taken Great Britain and in the United States, and according to this we are going to do a research investigation involving different elements such as mathematics, English and history in order to compare different parties in Britain, United States and Spain. And according to this, try to widen their knowledge about different parts of the world. Next one, please. The time structure.
Groups will be given approximately 15 minutes to their oral presentation. All the members of the group have to present their part of the project and explain how they have prepared and designed it. The students will have to implement their project in a 2-week period. Since an average class has around 25 students, 2 class sessions will be devoted to present projects.
Wonderful.
Okay, we decided to organize groups with a perfect combo number 4. Okay, I think we'll agree with in this case. Okay, that's the perfect combination. The students should organize themselves and they should share out the task they should distribute among themselves the text they should do, okay, to implement the project. Okay, one for example can be in charge of searching for information. Another one, for example, can be in charge of creating a Twitter account to expand information. Another can talk to the teacher. Okay, and we have proposed that at least one of the students, okay, in each group should be the representative of the whole group to be a kind of link with the teacher, okay, to avoid problems, okay, and just to have a soul and unique voice, okay, when they got doubts or problems with the project, and instead of going everyone to talk to the teacher, just only one, okay, can really gather all the problems and the doubts and go straight to talk to the teacher, okay, and that's it, okay. The next part is the objectives.
Okay, about the objective, it's very difficult to work with children and teenagers too, because they are excited all the time. So we can learn a way to show the materials and to show how to learn with them ourselves too. And it's very important to pay attention and to take their attention. So the objective is to revise some specific item, but the way of learning and the way to attract their attention. And it's very important to use some activity, funny activity and some special thing, not only the book, because all the way during the 1 year the photocopies and the book is very, it's not very important to do the book, not for example, to learn how to express, how to do things, how to say and to understand. So the objective is sometimes games for revising language, and a competitive activity according to the rules is very necessary sometimes, because it's a game and they are playing and they are learning, and that is also very important, the part of the learning process.
Okay. So regarding the contents we would like our students to achieve, the vocabulary contents, first of all we want them to at least know the names of these special festivities. For example, we focused on British and American festivities, and also since Alberto's students, he's teaching PCPI. So the thing is that some of his students are foreigners, so we want them to include their own experiences. So their part of the project would be not to compare British or American or Australian festivities, but maybe their own. If you're from, I don't know, Bulgaria or some other country, their project will have to be, okay, I am from here and this is how we celebrate, I don't know, Christmas or Thanksgiving or whatever they decide. So the first part would be to identify the names, and the second part would be to identify and get to know the most relevant elements of these traditions and festivities selected. For example, if we take St. Patrick, we would expect our students to, at the end of the project, to know vocabulary terms such as shamrock, leprechauns, things like that. Or if you take Halloween, things like, I don't know, ghost, witch. And another basic vocabulary item that we would like our students to achieve is to use dates, the correct use of dates, because our students, they don't use the right preposition, they say in instead of on, things like that. They have to say the month before, they have to use the ordinal number, the month has to be written in capital letter, things like that. Regarding the grammar, the comparative and superlative structures, mainly the comparative of superiority, we are not going to demand them to know the inferiority comparative structure. And in order to describe, for example, a description of what a party is like, they will have to be able to use there is, there are, in present and past. Okay? Verbal tenses, simple present, present continuous, and past simple, past continuous. In cultural aspect, as I said before, okay, knowledge of the most important festivities, countries, the traditions related to those festivities, and the most important thing is the awareness of the differences and similarities existing between Spain and the tradition that you selected, either Britain, American, or wherever. And the driving questions would be, we have two different sections. For example, for Alberto's students, what foreign festivities do you know, or how do you celebrate New Year's Eve, things like that. For those students who decide to do British and American, for example, do you know why American people celebrate St. Patrick, if St. Patrick is an Irish tradition, or why do American people celebrate Thanksgiving? Okay, for example.
Okay, according to the activities proposed on ICT means, they are going to do several things, including such as posters, PowerPoints and things like that, and actually they are going to use for elements as British Encyclopedia, Wikipedia, and other elements related in internet. They are going to assemble all the information, and they are going to present them. At the end, they should give us all that information in two ways. They can use either a poster or a presentation PowerPoint. We are going to allow them to present them in different ways. So, but it will be better for them to use an electronic device. So this is the thing that we are going to ask them at the end of the presentation. So, and finally, we are going to assess all those elements. In order to do that, there are several points. For example, we are going to use a rubric, but actually first we are going to, the most important points. For example, we are going to assess that the project include all the elements mentioned before, that the pupils have working teams and they work into their teams, that they show their projects by using good grammar skills, and they are going to use adequate use of ICTs, and actually they are going to present them in class, and this will be very important for them. Finally, to assess this last point, we are going to take in account the good speaking skills, that every element of the project will be mentioned, and finally the rules of grammar. And all of those elements are going to be assessed by the means of a rubric with the most important elements. For example, here we are going to separate the different groups and the different members, and then the main characteristic of each work. This is the way that we are going to evaluate. All of them will be given a mark or a numerical mark, and finally the project will be passed with a mark of 5, a minimum mark of 5, from 5 to 10. This is the thing that we are going to evaluate.
Thank you very much.